All right. Time is now 5:03. We will call this public speak out of the Springfield City Council to order. I'm Jesse Letterman, President of the City Council. I'm joined by Councilor Tim Allen from Ward 7 and Councilor Michael Fenton from Ward 2. This public speak out was scheduled for an opportunity to hear testimony on the budget, which we will have the first budget vote meeting coming up at 5:30. We have one speaker signed up. That speaker is Juan La Torre. Jay, the floor is yours. You have 3 minutes.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. President and councilors. My name is Juan La Torre, and I reside at 122 Forest Hills Road in 16 acres. Tonight, the City Council will begin deliberations on a proposed $819 million budget for fiscal year 23. I appreciated the ability to listen in on Mayor Sarno's department meetings, City Council meetings with department heads, and to review the nearly 500-page budget. My compliments to the finance team and all of the city departments on this effort. I want to spend a minute to remind the City Council of a few key statistics of our city. We have the 4th highest commercial tax rate in the state. The 3 cities with higher tax rates all lost population over the last 10 years, while Springfield barely grew. We have the highest residential tax rate among the 10 largest cities in the state. In 2020, at the beginning of a global pandemic, Springfield saw an unemployment rate of over 25%. And despite all the gains, residents and businesses are still working to get back to a new normal. We are experiencing record inflation locally and nationally, affecting every household in meaningful ways, and economic recession in the future is possible. From fiscal year 2012 to fiscal year 2016, the average residential tax bill for a homeowner increased by approximately $14. In the 6 years since, that average bill has increased by $834. The proposed budget all but assures that trend will continue. Our pension system, despite the increased focus, is still the worst funded in the state. And in light of rising interest rates, it appears pension bonding is off the table for the foreseeable future. And finally, our multi-year financial plan estimates a nearly $40 million deficit by fiscal year 2026. While this budget may provide for level services, it's only a matter of time when a level service budget won't be possible. The combination of rising costs, increased pension obligation spending, and limits of the tax levy are going to force the city to cut services or personnel or both. I will close with a modest recommendation. With the exception of the requested new positions for code enforcement, fire, and emergency communications, I would eliminate the proposed new positions for any other department. This is not a statement against those departments and those hard city workers, but rather a common sense, fiscally responsible approach that I estimate would save the city about $500,000 this year and may prevent layoffs in the future. I thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. La Torre, and thank you to the councilors that attended. We also were joined during the testimony by Councilor Hurst. There are no further individuals signed up for speak out, so at this time we will adjourn and reconvene at 5:30 for our special meeting. See you all then.